Wait, I'm just a little boy. What's wrong with me? Why are you cornering me in this alley?
You know why, bitch. Where's my motherfucking money?
Oh, why are you calling me bitch? I'm like 10 and...
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Where's my motherfucking money?
Okay, I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't have your money yet.
Oh, then you're gonna have to pay in another way.
Well, what do you mean, mister?
Sing me a song about my money, bitch.
Oh, okay, I guess I could
Sing me a goddamn song.
Oh, okay, let me... my voice isn't... it's not that great.
Make a song up about my motherfucking money and why you don't motherfucking have it, bitch.
Okay. I don't... sorry, I'm a little pitchy.
I like it so far, I like it.
Okay, let me warm up.
Take your shirt off.
What? I'm not taking my shirt off. You're just some creepy guy that I owe money to.
$3 to be exact.
I owe you $3, Mister.
Just call me Mister.
Mister. I know I owe you $3, but I can't pay you yet because I use that money on milk money for my lunch, and that's my promise.
All right, I call out Dead Even. That was a pretty fresh fucking song.
I mean, would you like to hear more? Maybe I can make some money off of you now.
Yeah, I'd like to hear another song.
Okay, you got that lazy eye, you got that lip stare, you got that pep in your step, and I am scared. I'm so scared of you when you come at me in the alley, and I don't know why, but I want to run back to my mom in the valley.
It's not a lazy eye. I talk with a limp, and I got a hook for an eye.
You have a hook for an eye.
Yeah, it makes it impossible to see, but I can hook shit with it.
What do you mean? Could you give me some examples?
Like I could go fishing with my face. I could make flat tires appear when tires wasn't flat in the first place.
You can make those tires appear.
That's right.
What else can you do, man? What else can you do?
Well, I talk with a limp, and every time so if I'm walking and talking,
but you
I'm
only
limping.
limp when you talk.
That's right. Yeah, that's
But if
right.
you're staying still, then you don't limp. But if you're limping, then you must be talking.
Yeah, and I stutter when I fart.
You stutter when you fart.
A lot of times, yeah, if I'm going to be honest about it, yeah, that is a situation that happens to me quite
I've never
frequently.
heard a butt stutter before.
It ain't nothing you really are missing out on.
Okay, well, I appreciate all the background info on you. And you know what? I don't think I want to owe you any more money because I got to be going. I'm so young, I'm in grade school, and I got to get more chocolate milk for myself.
Yeah, the street light's about to come on. You better get out.
All right, Mister, I'll see you later.
Mister. Classic character. Oh, there's two phones.
Mr. Wow. We got introduced Mr. top of the show. Cold
Right
opening.
at the gate.
Freaking the Teeb is on the show today.
Hi, everybody.
Dude, I've been really excited to have you on the show because I know how much you love to riff and play.
Yeah.
And like we have the amount of times that you and I have just gotten to riff and hang at the back of the Comedy Store.
It's one of my
late
favorite
night.
things to do, really.
It's so great.
It's one of my favorite things about that club is just to be able to kind of have that like ping pong over the audience with who's on stage and who's in the back of the room.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
who are these idiots in the back and why haven't they been thrown out yet?
Dude, I mean, for like, I've gone so many times to the store. Like, I still do it, like, especially in the past, where I'd just go up there and, like, I would treat that as my spot, like, my workout
so many times
for the
when
night.
you didn't have a spot, especially
That's where
in the
you
comedy
go.
days.
Yeah, of course. So
know?
you just go there at the end of the night and hope that
You can
Dawn
get more
would go
laughs
on.
there, even if you have a great set earlier, let's say, and then you can jack around in the back and get more laughs than you did in your set.
Dude,
that was like some of the first times where I felt like you were like a part of something at the Comedy Store.
right.
Is when you're making other comics and other peers who you respect in the back of the room laugh.
Making Don laugh
and
is
making
a
him
great
break.
feeling.
Dude,
It's
because
a
he's
great
so
feeling.
he kills all the time. He has this thing that he does it so well. He knows how to orchestrate chaos in a crowd.
Sure.
And he's just doing this thing, and you're just watching it as a spectator for a while, just kind of scoping out like, how is he doing this? And then I would see guys like you and Earl Skakel in the back of the room that would throw out these one-liners and stuff. Tony in the back of the room for a
Tony's
long
good.
time. So many guys would be back there.
Danish and O'Neill too. They were
Danish
good at that.
O'Neill, dude.
Have they done this? They would be good at this.
No, they need to come on the
Yeah,
show.
that would be a fun one,
they're on
too.
my list to get on the show.
Yeah,
I've
they're
had
good.
a bunch of people that are like, they're perfect for the show. I'm like, I know, I'm gonna have them on, definitely. But yeah, you'd see like you'd get something out there and then it just kills. And then I remember like the first couple times like I got something out and you guys laughed in the back of the room. I was like, oh, it's happening. This is so
yeah.
cool, dude. This is great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun.
Yeah, dude.
And he's if you ever go to the Comedy Store, stick around late night because it's literally the last thing of the night, and it's
and also
every night of the week too, 7 nights a week.
It's
Don
it's
closes out.
literally unlike any other club. No other comic, by the way, like Don, lets anybody interact like that during a
no,
set.
uh-uh.
It's like a weird town hall meeting.
Yeah, it really is.
Where people are just like throwing in, and like it's so funny to see your friends kill, but also see them bomb sometimes with lines.
Oh, we're getting a call right now.
Oh, hello?
Hey, pal, it's your old buddy Don Barris.
Oh, Don, wow.
I was listening to the show, and I heard you guys mention my name. I just wanted to say thanks, pal. You're all right in my book.
Hey, well, Don, you are king of late night at the Comedy Store, and
I wish Adam would think the same thing. I think they're trying to run me out of the club.
I don't. I mean, you still perform every night. I don't know.
People don't realize how stressful my life is.
Really?
Yeah, Kimmel's trying to kill me. Jimmy Kimmel's trying to kill me.
Well, I think you're doing a pretty good job of keeping everything together, Don. Because I haven't been able to tell you. You kill it all the time. You never really bring that into the club. You know, you always walking in with a smile and bright eyed and bushy tailed.
You think this is a nice sized cock?
Well, I can't see it right now. You're on the phone, but
Good point.
I mean, if you have it out right now, then
Spoiler alert, it's a nice sized cock.
spoiler. You mentioned it a few times on stage before, so I imagine it's healthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy at all. I got a boil on the side of it. I'm dying to pop. I wish Adam would respect me. Kimmel's trying to kill me. I swear to God, he's fucking trying to kill me, this guy.
I appreciate you calling in, Don.
But I gotta go. Schizo's on his way over. We're gonna make a fucking DVD.
You're making a DVD with Schizo? Okay, yeah, well, I'll let you get to it. Maybe I'll check in with you later.
Alright, tell that skinny fucking faggot sitting next to you to fuck himself.
Okay.
Jesus
I guess
Christ.
Don is not a huge fan of yours, Steve.
This is news to me.
Honestly, Steve, I thought he was talking about me for a second, then I remember that I'm the one talking to Don.
yeah. Well, it's nice of Don to call in.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've been.
One time I was driving. Well, I wasn't driving. I was going to Ice House, Pasadena, with Don.
Yeah.
Don's like, "Hey, you want to ride, pal?" And I'm like, "Sure." Now I'm in the back seat. Have you ever been in the car with Don?
He's driven me to 7-Eleven before
He's
with Schizo.
Pretty much.
It was a very surreal night.
He can dabble into the world of road rage. I'll just put it to you that lightly. So there's this. He got maced one time by a cab driver.
He got maced
at 7-Eleven. At 7-Eleven.
in L.A.?
Yeah, that's right. Wore it like a badge too. He
I
was so
love that.
happy.
Of course, he was like.
That's all we talk about for a couple of days.
I mean,
But,
you got to wear that as a badge.
So some girl gets around, cuts him off. He gets mad. We're just going down Sunset. He zings around the corner and just stops in front of her. So she has to stop in the middle of Sunset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he stops and he's just kind of like mean mugging the girl. And she's probably terrified. And he's screaming, "This fucking cunt, this cunt, fuck this bitch." And I'm in the back seat with like kind of scared. All the while, the whole time, it's "Stop the love you say maybe." You're on the happiest Jackson 5 song.
That's what's playing on the radio?
So loud.
I love that.
Well, he's screaming, "You cunt."
Dude, that's like the best, like my favorite kind of comedy scenes in movies. Like those
I was just gonna
contrasts.
say it was like a John Hughes film or something.
It's so great.
I thought I was in one of those. all of
That's
a
like my
sudden.
favorite, dude. Like one of my favorite scenes in Dumb and Dumber is when he's driving.
What a quotable movie too.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable how many lines are in that movie.
I was saying that Friday is the Caddyshack for black people.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because
absolutely.
I mean, both those movies I quote.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of black people don't know Caddyshack.
Right.
Whereas like a lot more white people know Friday.
Yeah.
So Friday's so quotable, but so is Caddyshack. But
Dude.
so is Dumb and Dumber.
There's that scene when he's like looking at her as he dropped off Mary Swanson at the airport. And he goes, "Goodbye, my love."
Yeah.
Dude,
Boom.
when he hits that, I have watched that 1,000 times and I die laughing.
Yeah,
The
sort of
timing
does.
and pacing every single time because there's like nice music that's being played underneath. It's like this sentimental moment.
The most annoying sound in the world is good too, which I recently found out was an improv.
Really? That scene?
And here's what I found out because there's like all these. It was a video of all these different like things in movies that if you don't look at where you're supposed to look at, you look at something else.
Yeah.
You'll tell. And the Jeff Daniels, when Jim Carrey's screaming at right here, this guy like, ah! If you look at Jeff Daniels, he's totally laughing until he jumps in and starts doing it.
Oh, wow.
And they kept it in.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the funniest scenes in that movie. And they were just like, oh, I got something for this next take.
I love hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, I recently just found that out.
I love when when directors or whoever on set, producers or whatever, are cool enough where they let the actors play like that. Like
Right.
I mean, so much
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Anchorman
yeah.
and some great other comedy films like you can tell it's like, oh, this is heavily
But
improvised.
that's Fairly Brothers, right? Isn't that was
Yeah.
the first one.
Yeah,
So yeah, they're just gonna do whatever.
that's so cool.
Yeah, I met Peter Fairley once. A buddy of mine is good friends with him.
Oh, cool guy.
Super cool guy. 100% cool guy. But you wouldn't even just regular. You wouldn't even ever, unless he introduced himself as Peter Fairley.
Yeah.
Or I would go like of the Fairley brothers.
Right.
You wouldn't ever you would never guess.
I like that when you meet people who you're like, oh, I would have never guessed that you're extremely successful and you're like of
Who's
like
somebody
this.
like that you met that you're like, fuck, I was really planning on expecting this person to be a jerk or something, and they're like super cool.
That's a difficult one. I've been, just in general, I've been surprised.
Tony Hinchcliffe is mine.
Oh, you know what? I think Tony's actually calling into the show right now.
Oh, he is?
Hello? Tony, are you on the line?
Oh, I am the line. I'm calling with my mind.
You're calling with your mind?
Hands-free, phone-free. You better believe it. I'm telling Rogan on you.
Well, what did I even do?
That's because you're trying to make eye contact with me.
Okay, sorry, Tony. I'll look away. You're on the phone. This is really weird. I mean, you know what? Sorry, I won't look directly at you. You're Skyping in over there on the wall over there.
That's
So.
right. I'm on Skype. You cracked the code, dummy.
You sound very villainy right now. Did you have a reason why you were?
Have you seen my car? Of course I'm a villain. I'm Tony. I drive an escape hatch.
You drive an escape? What does that even mean, Tony?
My car has an escape hatch in case I get attacked. They're after me.
Are you afraid that you're going to be attacked soon?
Jimmy Kimmel's trying to kill me.
Wait, why is Jimmy Kimmel trying to kill you and Don Barris? Don just called in a second ago.
Oh, he's trying to kill Don too, huh? Oh, Don trying to cut into my action. I'm out of here.
All right, thanks for calling in, Tony.
God, he seems pretty pissed.
I mean, I don't know what, if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed or what,
and
dude.
why is Kimmel trying to kill everybody?
Dude, I don't know. That's
Well, I
a
know
little
Kimmel's not
suspect.
going to be the nice guy that we thought was going to be a jerk. Because apparently he's trying to kill everybody. John Mayer is mine though.
He's very nice. He's
So
like
nice.
incredibly nice.
And funny and cool.
yeah,
And when he was hanging around the store, I was kind of like standoffish to him just because I was like,
well,
I didn't want to bother him or anything
Right.
like that. And then, but I also was like, man, if he's like a real jerk, it's going to piss me off.
yeah.
The complete opposite.
He's super nice and he knows how to chill and hang and not be,
He got a good joke in on me once when I
Really?
when I was we're smoking a joint. Me and him and Ross Jeff Ross, and because that's his buddy.
Yeah,
And somebody else. I know there's like five.
He's friends with like Chappelle and Ross.
Yeah,
and like,
Chappelle wasn't
yeah,
there, but
he's,
there's like
in
5
that
or 6
circle.
of us
Yeah.
smoking a joint in the main room when it's all closed down. And but by the nature of it, everybody's talking, and now I'm with John Mayer in this kind of circle, and we don't know each other at all. But it was kind of awkward because everyone was talking about me and him were just kind of standing there like whistling, you know what I mean? And so the joint comes to me, so I take a hit of it and I give it to him, and I go, he's systematically dated every celebrity crush that I had. Everyone that he
Every
has
single
dated is
super
like,
hot girl.
like the top like 5
It's crazy.
crushes that I had.
It's
I'm like,
crazy.
this guy again. This guy's just and so I was.
He's knocking down my list. I mean,
was
this
like-
is crazy.
We have the same taste in women because every of the 5 celebrity crushes you would have, he wound up dating all of them. So I tell him that. Well, I'm handing him this joint, and he kind of laughs, and I go, based on all the women, based on the women you've been with, I'm thinking about sucking your dick. And John Mayer takes a hit of the joint, and goes, I'm thinking about letting you. And I was like, oh, you're funny too. Now
Yeah.
I get why you're good looking, tall, talented, funny.
Yeah, dude.
This guy's just got it. He's got that Ryan Reynolds thing going.
He's got that thing. I did a music comedy song with Pat Reagan before Roast Battle one night, and Mayer, I didn't know he was there, and Jeff introduced me to him after. It was like a while ago,
Right.
And he like complimented the song, was like specific about it, and I was like, this is so nice. He didn't have to do that, especially like music. Like he could have been like,
Right.
oh, they're trying to do music, whatever.
Totally.
But he's like, really catchy. I really like the lyrics. They're funny. I was
That's
like,
cool.
Oh, sweet.
That's a real compliment.
I know. I was like, oh, dope.
I'd rather have that than another comic say it was funny.
Absolutely, because I'm like,
he's
this
like
guy
got
plays
Grammys.
music.
He's
Yeah.
got Grammys, you
Yeah.
know?
I'm like, okay, great.
Like #1 hits and shit.
I'm like, okay, sweet. I'm into that.
And played with the Grateful Dead, did he not? I think that's what he did.
Dude, he's played, I mean, yeah.
I mean, like toured with them.
He's toured with them.
That's some real guitar playing if you're fucking, because that's no joke on guitar.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything like that you grew up doing that you wish that you would have like maybe kept doing, like a guitar thing?
I see what you're, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like mine is like soccer, where I'm like, oh, if I would have stayed with that, I could have maybe been a really good player.
Yeah, mine probably would be martial arts still.
Oh, really?
I mean, I took Taekwondo for like 8 years. I actually taught it.
You taught Taekwondo?
Mhm. Yeah, but then when I quit, it was really just because of girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was at the, now you're like, now you got a car, you're about ready to go to college, all this, and I'm like, man, maybe I'll pick this back up later. I just don't have time for this right now.
Yeah.
But now I wish I always did.
What's it, okay, for somebody like me who has never taken any martial arts, no karate, no
Right.
anything, what could you teach me right now, like if this was like an entry-level class?
I mean, entry level class is all about like weight transfer.
Uh-huh.
Like even just simply how to even throw a punch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know.
So for me, I probably don't know how to throw a punch correctly because I haven't been in a fight.
You've never been in a fight ever in your
Nah,
life?
not a real fight. No.
Oh shit!
Oh, I think we got
What'd
something.
you-
We got somebody. Hello?
Yeah, man. Hello?
Sorry, my caller ID is a little bit blurry. Could you say who's calling in right now?
Yo, man, it's your busy boy, Theo Von. What up, gang, gang?
Oh wow, man! This is a star-studded comedians event today.
Hey,
Thank
man,
you.
I don't know what's happening, but I just wanted to call in and warn everybody about this little player, Jimmy Kimmel trying to kill everybody, taking them lives.
Wait a second.
Jimmy
Why?
Kimmel trying to kill a brother, man.
Why? Jimmy Kimmel is trying to kill you as well?
Yeah, man, he's working on them dark arts. My uncle had a russet potato for an elbow.
What? You had a russet potato for an elbow?
Yeah.
Theo, have you ever been in a fight before?
Let me see. Oh, yeah, that's right, this morning. Me and Jimmy Kimmel were getting into it on a craft service. Motherfucker tried to shank me with some silverware.
Now, are you appearing on the show soon, or why were you hanging out with Jimmy Kimmel near Kraft Food Services?
Nah, man, that's where I do my laundries.
You do your laundry on the set of Jimmy Kimmel Live?
Yeah, that's right. They got that good soap, player.
That's awesome, Theo. Theo, what would you advise me, since I've never been in a fight, what would you advise me to do? Could you give me an analogies of like me being somebody who has never fought before?
Yeah, what type of animal are we fighting?
We're fighting a muskrat.
muskrat. You got to get down at his level. Number one, you got to get down to that muskrat level, fella. You got to get down on the grizzle. And, just chuck and jive, fella.
Chuck and jive? That's your fight advice for me?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, Theo.
I saw this Asian woman eat a big-ass piece of cake, dog, like it was her jaw. Like she had never seen no cake before in her life. Anyway, so that happened to me today.
You saw, okay.
Hey, I gotta get out of here, man. Jimmy Kimmel's coming.
No. Okay, maybe we'll talk to Theo later.
The Kimmel guy is just...
What's going on, man? I don't understand.
scared.
And also, what did that Asian lady have to do with the conversation at all?
It sounds like he's had a real day.
He's had a real day. It sounded like she unhooked her jaw to eat that cake.
Yeah. Like she's never
Unhinged it. Like she's never had it.
Like she's never seen cake before in her life.
That's wild, man.
I don't know what that means.
That's crazy.
This is creepy. It's creepy in a way.
Now you are a big, you're a big sports guy. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you do that podcast, Punch Drunk
Yeah,
Sports.
Punch Drunk-
How long have you guys been doing that show?
8 years now.
What? That's like a pretty big accomplishment. It's
I
hard
mean,
to keep a show freaking running that long.
I know.
Congrats. That's awesome.
We all make substitute teacher money now.
Heck yeah,
basically.
dude.
You know what I mean?
Great. Yeah.
I mean, it's like I don't have to have a part-time day job or whatever.
Yeah.
It is my job.
Yeah, that's
You know,
great.
so it's great.
Yeah, that's
People are always
awesome.
like, how do you make money? I'm starting a podcast. How do you make money? I'm like, you do it for a long time.
You do it for a long time and get people
Yeah.
on your side. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
People are like, I got 3 episodes in. I'm like, we have
3?
hundreds and hundreds. And that's not even including all the Death Squad shit we've all done and Ice
Yeah.
House Chronicles. And, we've all been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Podcasting.
Yeah, it takes a lot of different things to get that going.
I love what Kill Tony has become.
It's fun, man.
Did
it's
you?
a lot of fun.
Of course, you always want that. But do you think that it's bigger than you guys had anticipated, or it became something totally different? The band adds such a huge element to it. 'Cause I remember when
it's
there
a
wasn't
completely
band.
different element.
I remember when there was an Iron Man in the middle of the
Right.
thing, and
it's that Iron Patriot, like standing
Iron
guard.
Patriot guy, yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
yeah.
would rotate the Iron Patriots with different comedians.
Uh-huh.
It's truly evolved to a place where I'm very grateful for what I get to do on that show, and also it's cool that like Tony and Red Band have let us take the reins and evolve it into something. Because
it really is
like
a show
we
within
literally
a show.
used to just be a band.
You guys are a show within that show.
It's a circus. It's like an
what are
orchestrated
they gonna
circus
be
that's going
dressed
on.
up as today?
Yeah.
Like when I get there at 8 o'clock, sign in for friends and family.
Yeah.
Tell the fucking host, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
And then I go into to the main room. My first question is, what is the band going to be dressed as?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we always keep...
And then my second question is, who's the co-host?
Right.
Like, who's the guest?
Yeah, who's on the panel?
My first question is, what are you guys dressed as? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, it's fucking Eddie Murphy, and they're the Scooby-Doo gang.
We actually should do the Scooby-Doo gang soon. We've never done that before.
Oh, really?
We've never done
I
it.
feel like that would be a good one.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one you guys have done?
Oh man,
Always wanted to
we have our recurring characters that we bring back. That we have some of our go-tos that are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have for me some of my recurring characters that the people request or they like us to bring back a
Milkman
lot.
was funny.
We're gonna bring that one back because I've done some videos and stuff since that, and people are like, "When is this come back?" And we're like, "It's in the works." We have a lot of Kill Tony shows coming up, so he will reappear. Like Fiona Stacy and Shanks, the escape prisoner, cat burglar.
Yeah.
We just did Darwin, the emo kid. Like those are all like super fun to do. That
Right.
are like really, they feel like characters that I can improvise in like so easily. There's a Westworld cowboy character that I really like doing. There's this Tad,
Westworld
Tad the
cowboy, that's
douchebag character. We're like Fred Durst fans and stuff like that.
That's good. Rogan was great.
Rogan was fun,
when you
man.
did Rogan?
That was a lot of fun.
Were you nervous to do Rogan in front of Rogan?
Absolutely, dude.
What if you just got pissed? You're fucked.
I'm blacklisted.
I mean, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty high
He's
stakes.
very powerful.
I know he is.
Probably the most powerful.
As far as our circle of podcasting and comedy in the Comedy Store, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just going for it. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm like, I think he'll think this is funny. It's all in good fun. It's all in jest. And I'm like, also the references and the jokes that I made as him, I'm like, these are all things that only a fan would know. This is nothing that, you know what I mean? I'm not.
And you weren't like shitting on him.
Honestly,
like, I'm fucking stupid. You're like, Have the Rolling Stones killed.
Dude, the only thing that I was honestly worried about, I was worried about throwing out a line that he was going to look at me and go, that's not me, because that would have been the worst for somebody who does impressions and characters.
Screaming the N-word.
It's like, oh, wow. He took
Talking
a
about
really
building the
weird
wall.
angle. Yeah.
How dumb Pod is.
Yeah. Right-wing Rogan.
Oh, God. Can you imagine right-wing Rogan?
Right-wing Rogan.
He's going to lie to you, and he's going to punch your face.
Dude, what's your team as far as sports go?
I'm pretty much all Chicago sports.
Gotcha.
Except for football, I like the Atlanta Falcons. And only because when I was a kid, I had an uncle that lived in Atlanta and brought me a hat when I was like 7.
Do you
That's literally
go?
that simple.
Do you go to different cities to catch games still and stuff like that?
Sure, yeah. I went to a couple. I'll go to Chicago. I'm going to be in Chicago in July, doing some stand-up out there, and then I'll probably go to a couple Cubs games there.
Nice.
That's the world's biggest singles bar, they call it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they always sucked forever. So people would just go there. 30,000 people just go there and get hammered. 60,000 people just go there and get hammered. You wouldn't even know who won the game at the end. You knew it wasn't the Cubs.
I still want to go to a Chicago Bulls game because I grew up. We all like watch that Jordan era and stuff like that.
Dude, I went to probably 60 Bulls games
That's so cool.
growing up in the Jordan era.
Because also,
I probably saw Jordan play basketball probably 50 times maybe.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because growing up in Kansas, we did not have a professional team. So Chicago was like the
Right.
closest
And
thing
plus
where
they
we're
were
like,
so
oh,
popular,
and they're
too.
so popular.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
easy
yeah.
to be a fan when
Rodman
it's
was
that
fun.
exciting. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they always had a fun team. Did you see that documentary about Dennis Rodman, when he goes to Korea?
No.
North Korea? Oh, if there's anything I can recommend to this audience right now, it is watching this documentary on Netflix. Dennis Rodman goes to North Korea.
Yeah.
It's when he met with, Kim Jong-il or whatever, and he relapses on alcohol there and is a Real Housewives of Orange County worthy drunk in North Korea as the only American in North Korea that isn't in a prison camp.
Just acting a fool.
Oh, man, you won't even believe it.
Dude.
It's wonderful.
That's great.
He really loses his marbles in it.
Did you see the Detroit Pistons 30 for 30?
About the Bad Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was great.
So good.
It's a different game now. I mean, back then you really could fight. Somebody had a job to be like an enforcer.
That guy.
Yeah.
Throwing those bows and stuff
Lambier
like
was
that.
like that. And then that's the
Bill
reason.
Lambier.
I'm Bill Lambier.
I'm Bill Lambier.
I'm Bill Lambier.
I am Bill Lambier.
My doors are taller
He has
than yours.
he has giant voice.
Yeah,
he
he
really does.
definitely has giant
There's
voice.
like that thing,
Yeah, he's definitely got giant voice. Well, that's why the Bulls got Charles Oakley, because the Bad Boys were just roughing Jordan up so much. They're like, we got to get a bruiser in here to start fucking beating these.
Yeah.
If anybody touches Jordan, Oakley
Contest.
Just,
We
just fight him.
Did you grow up playing sports outside of doing like martial arts?
I played basketball until I got I always played basketball. I played basketball, recreationally. I was in a comedy basketball league. But, competitively, and then when I was in, getting older in high school, our team, we had, a really good basketball team. And so the coach did, this, I think he was, now that it's later in life, I feel like I'm, he really fucked me mentally, because he was like, hey, man, look at all these guys out here playing right now. All these guys out here. You're not better than any of them. So you're on the team, but you're never going to play. And I was like, really? You're being serious? He goes, yeah. I mean, you're literally the 12th guy, and I was like, all right, I'm out.
Oh wow!
I just left. I was like, fuck, I'm not going to fucking waste all my time practicing and getting
being the 12th man
injured, and you're just like, I'm never going to play in a game.
Yeah.
Then I'm out of here.
Right. Dang, that's crazy.
But not too much. I mean, I love all sports, but competitively, I always wish I played. Actually, I wish I played football. That's what I wish I did.
Yeah.
I did, because I never did. Just because I was like, but it's arguably my favorite sport next to MMA, and but I never did, because I'm like, fuck, man, I'll probably get my fucking bell rung or really injured, or you know what I mean. And now I wish I did.
Now you do something that, in my opinion, is like a sport. The way you guys treat it and that's the bets that you guys do on
Jesus.
Punch Drunk, dude.
Yeah.
You have done like for I think that most of my listeners are aware of Punch Drunk and what you guys do, but for those that are not, can you kind of explain how that started on Punch Drunk, like with the bag of bets and stuff like that?
It started right from the pilot episode. We introduced it.
So you've been doing it 8 or 9 years.
We had that idea when we first met.
Okay.
Talking about the show. We thought,
wow.
Because we thought it'd be a good way to get fans. We were trying to 8 years ago. We're like, how can we incorporate Twitter into
How do we get
show?
interactive with this thing?
Yeah, and if they could all, maybe we do a segment where we read all these suggestions and discuss them and that's terrible, or But essentially, they're all just horrific bets. Like some people send dumb ones, like loser has to slap Joe Rogan unannounced. Like no, there's no slapping at Joe Rogan.
No.
But so let's say Ari and Sam are arguing, or me and Ari, any combination of, or there's been times where all three of us had something at stake. So you just draw, one of the bets out, and
you, SamTripoli, Ari Shaffir.
Yeah, I mean, even anybody.
Renazizi.
He's got one going right now with Sam. That if Tiger Woods wins in his next 2 tournaments, or 3 tournaments, if he wins one of the next 3 tournaments, Renazizi wins, Sam loses. If he doesn't, Sam wins. But you have to go 5 days with completely off the grid. No internet, no cell phone, no television.
Oh, that's a huge bet.
That's a huge bet.
Especially
for
right
work
now and for comics, everything. How do you even explain that?
How would you even? Just the thought of that causes me anxiety.
Dude,
being off the grid.
Also, you can't call family.
You can't get a hold of
friends.
anybody. You got to go walk over and knock on their door. I mean,
super old school. I like that though. I like the stakes of that bet because I could definitely use that.
It might be 3 days. Might be 3 days.
But still.
But SamTripoli looks at his phone every 10 seconds.
Of course.
He would die.
A lot of us.
His head will explode.
A lot of us are constantly checking Instagram or Twitter or whatever.
I heard some crazy number that it's like thousands.
How many times we look?
Like 3,000 a day or something crazy. It was a staggering number when I was like, there's no way. But
yeah,
thought,
man.
Wow. I'm literally looking at that right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm already at 1.
I mean, honestly, the longest breaks that I take from my phone are usually when I'm podcasting. That's usually the longest breaks that I take.
Yeah.
Whenever, you know what I mean? Because, dude, if you hop on a phone on your podcast, people are like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, you mean SamTripoli?
Does he do that on a podcast?
My God,
he scrolls while
we used to have a buzzer that we would hit that would let him know, like Pavlov's dog, that he's looking at his phone and not being present.
Wow.
But I think the worst bet, Ari and Sam, Nick Youssef and Ari played basketball.
This one was, let's recap this.
Winner gets to jerk off into 2 socks. 24 hours later, the loser has to turn them inside out and wear them for 24 hours. Oh,
it's
God.
So gross.
That's so terrible.
It's so disgusting.
It can't be healthy.
No, so who lost?
Ari had to wear cum socks.
Ugh.
But the worst one was Josh Martin. I don't know why it all involves cum, but the worst one, Josh Martin.
How did Josh get involved, though?
Because he's a fucking idiot. He goes, he shows up to the Comedy Store fantasy football draft.
Okay.
Right. I'm gonna text him because I want to have him call in and give his point of view on this.
Okay, maybe he'll call in pretty soon.
Yeah, but he goes. So he just shows up to heckle because he's not even in the league, but he wants to be in the league.
He just wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, so he just shows up to the draft.
Sorry to interrupt you. We're actually getting a phone call right now. The caller.
Is it Josh?
It says Jay Martin, so I'm assuming. Hello, is this Josh?
Am I live on the air right now?
Yeah, you actually are live on the air right now, buddy.
This is bullshit. Everything that Tebow's saying is totally 100% true.
You just said it was BS, but then you said it was true.
No, it's bullshit that Jimmy Kimmel's trying to kill me right now. He's literally stabbing me in my side.
Why is Jimmy?
I think he's on drugs, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's popped up on goofballs.
Josh, could you tell me how you got involved in this bet? Because
SamTripoli is an idiot.
That doesn't prove why you got involved in it, though.
But I said that he was going to finish in last place, and if he did, then I would get to be in the league the following year. And if he didn't, I would do any bet that's in the bag of bets.
So is it fair to say you got yourself into this predicament?
100% totally true.
Okay.
What he's failing to mention here is that, and Josh, how are you?
Fuck you, Thibault.
Okay, I don't know what it is. Okay, but what he fails to mention is that he said he would do the worst bag of bets. Whatever the worst thing was that was in there. Or no, he asked what the worst thing was in the bag of bets.
Okay.
And we told him this one that he has to do, and he goes,
What I said was it's fine. If I lose, I would totally do that. Do that.
But so Josh,
wait, well, Josh, what was it? Why don't you tell
yeah, will you tell us what it was?
All three of those idiots, Thibault, Sam, and the Jew, jerked off on the same towel, and then I had to dunk it in hot water to reactivate the cum and swipe my face with it.
Yep, that's basically exactly what it was. Yeah, that was pretty much 100% nailed it.
Team, did
But
that?
then they made me do it at the roast battle, and you can see it on Punch Drunk's YouTube page.
It's on YouTube?
Unfortunately.
Yep, it's on YouTube. Right before the old roast battle started, they did it. So I was smart enough to go like, Josh, good talking to you.
Yeah. Fuck you, Thibault. Jimmy Kimmel. Stop trying to kill everybody.
So he fucking... So he goes... This is so stupid. So he agrees to do it. Now I'm fucking thinking, and at this time I'm in Chicago, Ari's in LA, and Ari's in New York, and Sam's in LA.
Yeah.
So we're in 3 different parts of the country.
Right.
I'm in the middle, and we were doing the podcast that week because we were all gone, all on Skype. So if you watch that one, all 3 of us are on Skype trying to figure out how we're going to do this cum rag thing. And I go, here's what I'll do. I'll just jerk off on it first, and then I'll just send it to Ari. I'll FedEx it to Ari. So we're sending cum across the fucking whole country. I don't even know if that's a federal offense. I don't know. So I jerk off on this fucking towel, like a golf towel, mail it to Ari. Put it in like bagging and one of those things.
Dude, first off,
Ari jerks off on it. Ari jerks off on it.
Also,
That's why I want to go first. I'm not going to be able to come on these idiots' cum.
Well, that's the thing is like also if you're sending a towel and the way it's like arranged and stuff, are you telling him like this side up is the cum and this side down?
I think no. It was just like a little blue golf towel. You could pretty much tell which side was cummy.
Oh,
which
it's
side
a
wasn't.
blue towel. Gotcha.
So, and then Ari jerks off on it, and he mails it to the Comedy Store. Attention, Adam Egget, do not eat.
That's so funny.
And then Sam's like, bro, I think I got some mail. And Tripoli, what a true warrior this guy is, just, for the sake of time, just jerked off on it at the Comedy Store. I'm like, man, I could have lived
Animal, dude. Animal.
I could have lived a long time and not actually have heard that, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll go with it.
Yeah.
And then put it in a thing, and then whatever the next Tuesday was the roast battle, so he had to explain that bet, and they had the hot water, and he dunks it in and just totally
Oh my
one whole
goodness.
circle on his face.
It's so gross.
Hang on, we're getting another call.
Oh, are we getting another call? Hello?
I just wanted to clarify 2 things. 1, my skin has never been so supple. And 2, Jimmy Kimmel's trying to kill me.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Jesus Christ,
Man, this Jimmy Kimmel guy is crazy
I don't
on the
know.
loose.
I don't know what's fucking going on with him.
That's wild, man.
That is wild. Yeah. So, and his skin, in his defense, his skin does look pretty great. Oh, we got.
I'll second that.
Is this the letter time?
Yeah. I'm gonna get into a segment called the Kindness Challenge.
Okay.
So every week, I challenge you guys, the listeners, and myself to do something nice out of the kindness of your heart. It can be somebody that you know, or it could be a complete stranger. Doesn't matter how big or small, as long as you're contributing something positive to society, right? So I asked listeners to email in, Teeb.
Great.
And I have a listener letter, and I never know what they look like, don't know what they sound like, so I start to wonder, like, what if I read it in the voice that I think that they might
Sure. I love
do it,
that.
when they whenever they send it in. So here, this one goes. Hey, Jeremiah. Love your show so much, and I was lucky enough to have a kindness challenge this past weekend. My wife and I were out having some pizza with another couple when this homeless-looking guy starts gesturing for me. I thought he wanted some money, so I walked to the door to give him some. He actually tells me that he doesn't want money, but some food would be really helpful. We end up giving him about 4 pieces in a to-go box, and he surprisingly had tears in his eyes. I asked him if I could also give him some money, and he said no, that he was trying to stop drinking and he was too afraid of starting again if he had spare cash laying around. We sat and talked for a little while longer, and he left us with a huge smile. It almost made me cry, to be honest. Anyways, love the show, and I hope that you and yours are doing well. Tim from Alabama.
I like that.
That's pretty cool, right?
I like that. Yeah, that's great.
Have you done anything recently that would qualify as like a kindness challenge? You've like maybe done something for somebody?
Oh, God, no. Are you kidding me? No way, man. Do you not know who I am? Of course not. Hey, is there another one?
There's some other questions, but actually, I think there is one that's somebody's calling in to talk about a kindness challenge actually right now. Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
This is Town Tickler.
Town Tickler?
Town Tickler, motherfucker.
Town Tickler?
Yeah, I'm the one that been tickling motherfuckers to death.
You've been tickling people to death?
Goddamn right.
Oh, you sound terrifying.
Yeah, I really am kind of scary. Real scary.
No.
Not as scary as that dead motherfucker Jimmy Kimmel, though.
You killed Jimmy Kimmel through tickling?
That's right. I tickled that motherfucker straight to the grave.
No.
He was laughing and shit. Then he's like, stop. I can't be taking no more. And that motherfucker took it more.
I gotta ask, how does this qualify as a kindness challenge?
Oh, I thought you said, is there any serial killers out there tickling niggas want to call in? That's not what you said.
I didn't say that. Hey, Tickle Guy, did you, never mind. I think I heard something, but never mind.
Yeah, you heard me, motherfucker. What's your address? I'm gonna come tickle my way over to you.
I can't tell you where I live.
It's 2721
Hey,
Whippoorwill Lane.
Teeb.
Yeah.
I can't have you telling my address to that tickler guy.
Oh shit, is that Jayson Thibault?
It
is.
Maybe.
It is.
Maybe.
It is.
Yeah. It is.
Man, I saw you in the belly room back in '97, dog.
That wasn't me. I was in Chicago in '97, so I don't really know what.
Who did you see in the belly room in '97? What did the guy look like?
Black woman, about 275. She used to be on Night Court. Ain't that Jayson Thibault?
That's not Jayson Thibault at all. That's almost the exact opposite description
That is
of Jayson
the
Thibault.
absolute. I think you're thinking of Marshall Warfield. I think that.
Oh yeah, that's who that was. All right, well, fuck Jimmy Kimmel.
All right.
But it's in a theme here.
This is
So
really
I think
really
Jimmy
awkward.
Kimmel's dead now.
I have to do an ad read right now. This
Oh,
is really
perfect.
awkward.
Perfect.
I think yeah, here it is.
This podcast brought to you by Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tune in every night on ABC. Thanks for tuning in to America's #1 top nightly talk show, Jimmy Kimmel Live.
That was weird that we're actually sponsored by Jimmy Kimmel Live, so it's been kind of awkward that how much trash talking has been by some of the people who've been
Well,
calling
I
into
think
the
a lot
show.
of people just seem scared, like he's trying to kill everybody. I don't. No one was very specific about that, but
I don't know if that's what it is.
it seems like it. Have you ever gone to Kimmel? Has Don ever gotten you in?
Yeah,
Pretty fun, huh?
Well, I haven't seen. I've done a couple sketches on there, but I haven't seen
I
the
have
show.
seen you on there. Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't. Literally, I left right before Don got there. So it was kind of interesting because we know Don as one
Sure.
thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And talking to the makeup ladies and stuff like that about Don, like I didn't spill anything or whatever. Like, oh, you gotta see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they know him in a very different capacity.
Pretty much the opposite side of the coin.
Almost the opposite. It's
Yeah.
literally the tails to the heads that we know.
Yeah, he almost can't curse, and I mean, I know he can't when
He has
works,
to do
but-
a clean
when he's
warm-up act.
around.
Well, yeah. So he's being a very
And you want to be a team player. You're working on network television on a big show like
Of
that.
course.
You don't want to rock any boats.
yeah, and he's so great with talking to people. It was just very
Yeah, he's
interesting
the
for
best.
me to see that side, like, oh, like they don't even know like what he can do at the comedy store. Like what, like when he's like out of the cage, dude, just like the reckless comedy that can take place is amazing.
It's one of my favorites.
So funny, dude. Let's get into this next segment, fanning out.
Fanning out. Questions from fans.
All right.
I reached out to people on the socials and asked them, hey, if you could ask Jayson Thibault any question, what would it be? And I got some great ones here for
Really?
you. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. This is a great one from Kirk_Sailor3. Fuck one, kill one, marry one.
Ooh, I like this.
Stand-up podcasting and sports.
Wow, that's a tough.
Isn't that really hard? That's
God,
a really
that's a
good
great
question.
question.
It's a great question.
I would kill sports,
Okay.
and I would marry stand-up and fuck podcasts.
All right.
I think.
That's fair.
What about you? I mean, sports you'd easily kill.
Yeah. This one's a little bit easier for me. I mean, actually, exact to what you said.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But
I would miss sports.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
question.
If you can't even, do any, they're dead. At Marriott Were on Instagram. Hey, what is the worst you've ever bombed?
Fuck, that's a good question too. Probably in about 3 hours at the Ice House.
Hey, hi.
I don't know if it was the worst I ever bombed, but I did have one like crazy experience with that where me and my buddy were going on the road with Doug Stanhope, just a one-night gig.
Okay.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
And in San Bernardino, and we get there Friday, and they're like, what? The show's Saturday. And stand-up was gone Saturday. So he's like, no, you guys told me Friday. And literally there's nobody in the bar. There's like a bartender and a waitress.
Yeah.
And a cook. That's it. And Stanhope was like kind of like being insistent, and then like, oh, no, we'll still pay you. Sorry, maybe they emailed you wrong or some shit. So they still pay us, and so I was getting, I think I was getting $100. I think we were both getting $100 each. So Stanhope's like, well, we're still gonna do the show, but I'm gonna give you $200 if my buddy Brian Jarvis, at the end of each punchline, he had to do a cartwheel. So he would just tell a joke and then do a cartwheel and then tell a joke. And he gave me an extra $100 to do my whole act naked.
What?
And it was just for Stanhope. And one bartender and he just sat in the middle of the room and just was smoking and drinking and laughing hysterically. While I'm just doing my act.
That is so sadistic, just watching like your friends.
But he
just,
doubled
like,
the money.
That's so funny.
And I was laughing my ass off at the fucking cartwheels till it was my turn.
And then
to be
you're like,
naked the
oh,
whole
I gotta
time.
be naked.
I mean, I didn't care about being naked.
Now,
It's just weird.
did you do one of these where you're putting your hands in front,
No,
or did
I
you
was
have
like
to?
being
You
real.
have to be animated.
Yeah.
You're flopping around.
I
And
leaned
stuff.
into it.
I like that.
Yeah, so that was probably one of the crazier ones. Everybody's bombed, but I've never had one of those sets where I'm like, I got to get out of comedy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times where I've gone ape shit to an audience, but
Like, what was one of those circumstances that led to that?
There was this English girl who wouldn't stop heckling.
Okay.
And I was going on like second to last in the main room. So it's already late. Everybody's already gone. Like, you watch everybody perform in front of 500 people. And now, and just slowly, like, you know what I mean? Like, leaving. And then by the time you get up there, it's 15 people.
Yeah.
So I'm already mad about that. Like, in a bad mood about that. Or I felt like my feelings were hurt. And then there's this one English chick. She was probably like 50. And she was heckling the first two people before me. So she's already there late. She's already drunk.
Yeah.
She's already making other people in the audience want to leave. And I just had it in my head, like, she sneezes during my set.
Yeah,
it's over.
She said one thing.
Yeah, and that's exactly what she did, and I just really ripped into her. I told her kept telling her how shitty England is, and I was like, if there was any oil under your fucking shithole of a country, we would have bombed you back into the fucking Stone Ages. Yeah, I just screamed at her. She took it.
I bet she did.
Oh, brother.
Oh. All right. This is, I also get people who send in character suggestions, which is fun.
That's good.
Yeah. This is a strange one, but I'll read it just because I like that how specific this is.
Uh-huh.
At Julio Horchata on Instagram.
Great Instagram name.
I know. Julio Horchata. I mean, it's great. Okay, character. Your name is Jack. Jack Hofsky Squirt Cum, and you're being demoted from regular police to school police. There's a group of Mexican 5th graders, and they form a gang, and at the end, you have to kill them before school lets out. Also, you should be hungover and really looking forward to lunchtime, but those Mexican kids fuck it up by holding kids hostage in school. P.S. I love you.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
So what's
So
the
I'll
character?
play the Mexican 5th graders.
Okay, great.
And you will play Jack Hofsky Squirt Cum.
Uh-huh.
And you are trying to bust us before the end of school. You have lunchtime that you're looking forward to, but we're holding kids hostage, so you got to shut it down.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
So I've already been demoted?
Yeah, you've got a chip on your shoulder. You've been demoted. You used to be a hotshot cop, and now you're school security.
Okay, great. Gotcha.
Okay.
Hey man, I can't believe we're like holding up all these people over here. It's like crazy. Like I hate school so much. Like I can't believe I'm like flunking. Like I think that's
Hey,
why.
put your fucking hands on your head.
Oh, it's a Jack guy. Oh, you think you're so cool, man?
That's Officer Hoff Squirts can come to you.
Oh, what are you gonna do about it, Holmes?
Listen, man, I'm a little too hungover for this. My partner's dead. They want my badge. They got my badge. They want my gun. They got my gun. And now I gotta deal with you fucking idiots.
Well, guess what? I got a freaking butterfly knife, Holmes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick you like a butter, dude.
I'm way too hungover for this. But I tell you what, you're under arrest.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, you're going straight to detention.
I'm gonna slit your throat, bro.
Hey, and I'm gonna build a goddamn wall.
Oh, now you're taking it there, man? That's
Yeah,
not cool, man.
that's
I know we're
exactly-
holding
that's what
other
it's-
kids
that's
hostage,
exactly
but now
what
we're going
Jack-
there?
That's exactly what Jack Hofskin Squirt Cum does, baby.
Oh, no.
I take it there.
I'm in jail.
We go there. That's where we go.
We go to jail.
Oh, hang on one second. We're getting a phone call.
We're getting a phone call? Hello?
It's Brody calling from heaven. Just want to say Jimmy Kimmel did it. You got it.
That was weird. That had to be an expensive call.
What?
That call had to be really expensive.
This show is brought to you by Jimmy Kimmel Live, keeping people in body bags for years to come. Jimmy Kimmel Live, ABC. Watch it nightly.
That's very strange.
Yeah, that is strange. Here, I'll let you have this.
Okay, cool.
What else you got on there?
What a strange scene.
That was a strange scene.
It played like a we played it out like it was a weird acting class for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It like the way we played it out was like first time actors taking a trial class like in the Valley.
Yeah.
Yes, in the Valley.
And whoever wrote that, what is it, Horchata Johnson?
yeah, you know, maybe Julio Horchata, you know.
There's a lot packed into that.
There's a lot packed in.
There's a lot packed
They were trying
in.
to get in across a very short amount of time. But I appreciate that. That's why we asked for the character suggestions. At Prussian Proxy, please ask him if he has any regrets about watching SamTripoli fuck a donut. Thanks.
I don't have any regrets about that. And actually, all three of us fucked the donut, and then Fight Nanny ate it. So
Oh my god. Did Sam put the frozen hot dog in his butt?
yeah, that was at All Things Comedy Festival. We
Yeah.
did that. Though 2 years ago, Doug Stanhope peed on Ari live on the show.
Dude, and threw like pee on him, right?
Yep.
Ugh.
And then last year they did the hot dog, and Ren Azizi had to pay off a bet where this was another good one at the All Things Comedy Festival, where and everybody had to have they couldn't have their phones and shit, you know, because Ren Azizi had to act out a scene from a gay porno written by Ari, Sam, and I.
Oh, that's great.
So we had a 3-page script.
So did you guys get together and you're just like laughing and having the best time writing it together?
Yeah, it was hilarious. And then Ari wrote most of it. And then
I think I'll take it from here.
you're an idiot.
You know what?
Everybody's dumb and I'm not.
That was dated for you.
But he, so and then there's these two guys that volunteered to play the other two parts, and they really were making out.
Oh my goodness.
Like so the rules were there could be no penetration, there could be heavy petting, and some kisses.
Some kisses.
Yeah. What does some kisses
You guys
mean?
have the funniest
That's
rules.
right. What does some kisses mean?
Some kisses. That's such like a
You'll
gray
find
area.
out.
You'll
I know,
find
I know.
out, dude.
Yeah, it's all about the gray area.
And a character suggestion from Prussian Proxy.
Good.
Human resources from Punch Drunk /ATC, and I actually think I'm seeing that them call in right now. Hello, is this Linda?
Hi. Hello?
Linda.
Hello, hi. Could I please speak to Jayson Thibault?
Yeah, that's me, Linda.
Yes.
How can I help you?
Yeah, we're getting a list of complaints. Okay.
Complaints.
There's a lot of sexual misconduct
Yes, yeah.
going on.
Well,
it
you did.
It seems to be.
I do recall that you guys did actually have a harassment in the workplace meeting at All Things Comedy, basically because of us.
Yeah, you guys keep whipping your balls out and stuff on a live podcast. You can't
is
do that.
true.
There can't be urine. There can't be balls. What are you doing? Okay.
That is true. Oh, I think we're getting another call from ATC. It looks like.
Let me patch him in real quick. 1 second.
You okay?
Sorry, will you hold for a second, Linda?
Yes, absolutely.
Hello. Who's calling in right now?
It's Al Magical. Why in the fuck are you guys lighting things on fire?
Al, you're
Just
calling
get
in.
back to the bag of bets, you guys. I'm getting calls from Burr. I'm getting calls from everybody. Why are you guys lighting things on fire?
I
Sorry
guess
about
that's something
No.
that actually Linda was calling about.
Yes, Al, I'm actually glad that I have you on the line. Yeah. You wouldn't believe what they just did. You know how busy I am? I'm over here shooting a movie in England. I've got children. And I'm getting calls about explosions. Well, also I have another complaint, Al, that I think that you should know about is SamTripoli put his cum in the microwave.
That is true, Al. That did happen the other day. And then Ari.
Now, how do you defend your actions for your friend Sam? What was even the point of putting cum in the microwave?
We have a bet that we call the white nacho. And it's pretty much exactly what you think that it
You
would
just
be.
put it on a chip and you thought it'd be funny to put like some white
chip.
cheese?
Chip, that would be good. Where were you when we needed you? But yeah, that's the white nacho.
Dude, a white nacho? That sounds gnarly.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I didn't have to eat it. Ari ate it.
What the fuck are you putting cum in the fucking microwave for?
I have to agree with
I'm
Al and Linda on this one,
sorry
T.
about
That's
that,
a
Al.
little intense, but the fact that you guys already have a great name for it and everything, like that lets me know that this is going to be a pretty great bet.
Yeah, this. There's no way that this one can go wrong.
I gotta go to Jimmy Kimmel's funeral. I'm speaking at his funeral. Oh, I'll see you there, Al.
Good seeing you. Good talking to you, boss. Sorry, Al.
Thanks for calling in, Linda and Al. That's crazy.
He does call. I get anytime. There's two calls that I can get that I'm like, oh fuck. Al Magical and SamTripoli's girlfriend.
Is that when you're like, I've crossed the line?
If both of those call me, I know that Tripoli's girlfriend and Al Magical never call me to say like, hey, how are you? Come on over for tacos.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck happened yesterday? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was one of those calls after?
We Luis J. Gomez was on the show, and Mickey Gall, who's a UFC fighter, was on the show. And Gomez was his first time out in L.A., and he had a Lakers hat on, like he just bought this new Lakers hat when in L.A., and all of us hate the Lakers on Punch Drunk.
Sure.
So we're like, get that fucking stupid hat off. You don't even like basketball, you dumb fuck. You look like a fucking tourist.
Yeah.
You know? So then Mickey Gall, we convinced him to burn it, to light it on fire.
Okay.
So then we took it outside of the studio, and then we Facebooked it live. And then so they lit it on fire, and they put a bunch of napkins underneath. But then they put the lighter in the fire too, and it was just like this huge explosion that like burned up a bunch of the shrubberies and made a huge fucking stain on this fucking whole wall. They were really fucking pissed. Actually,
I'm sure they were really upset about that one.
And then the peeing on.
At
Stan
ATC,
peeing on,
yeah,
on
I'm
Ari.
sure that they were so mad about that.
And
That's at a festival too.
also at that same one, Ari was paying a bet off where he had to be shirtless because you know those snap pops. You
Yep.
just throw them on the ground.
Yeah.
I got to for the entire episode of his show, could just whip him at him
At any time.
anytime. So I'm throwing it at his bare back, and it doesn't really hurt. It just scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So
And
he'd look somewhere else and I'd fucking throw like 5 or 6 of them at him at once. So that's why he was shirtless, and then stand up snuck around behind him and just started peeing all over. He was like, oh my God. Then he looks and he's got a dick right here just peeing all over. It was crazy, dude. So they were pissed about that. That was a call from I saw Magical at lunch the next day at the festival, and he goes, I go in the studio, it smells like there's firecrackers everywhere. It smells like pee. All the tables are flipped over. What the fuck happened? You know? Like, hey, boss.
Dude, sorry about that, buddy. This is coming from at Scott Malpin. What other jobs or side gigs have you had before comedy or during?
I worked at I printed T-shirts for a very long time, probably the better part of 20 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very knowledgeable about screen printing. That's why I do all the merch for Punch Drunk and all that, or all shit that I've done. And I gutted a church once. That was probably the worst one. Like, it was just an old church, like, make this building no longer here.
Oh, just like clean this thing out.
Just fucking wheelbarrow.
Wipe it.
It was fun to just like
delete.
Just destroy a place.
Yeah.
Hauling it all out was terrible.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
Yeah, the cleanup on
What
something
about
like
you?
that. Side gigs? I mean, I used to work at Starbucks. I used to work back in Kansas. I worked at a car wash. I worked at an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
I was a caddy at a. My first job was a caddy at a men's only golf club.
I would love that.
That was fun. That was just
I would love to be a caddy.
It was fun. I knew nothing about golf, but I would just carry the clubs and just hang out and like.
Why men's only? Not that I'm against it.
It's like one of those old school clubs in Kansas where they're like men only. I think they probably updated it since then. But dude, you'd see guys who, because it was men only, like you'd see guys like literally on every course, whenever they wanted to take a piss, they'd whip their dick out and pee wherever they wanted to because there's no women around.
Right. What a utopia that must have been. No women. That's just people. Just instantly in a game of golf, we become complete apes. People just slinging shit at each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If it weren't for women, we wouldn't even have clothes. We would do nothing. We would just fight and eat. That's all we would do.
Pretty much, just have one little flap. We'd just still have the flap.
Yep. What else we got?
Reginald, grab the boy with the clubs. I'm urinating right now, but I need my 9-iron.
Pardon me, Jeeves. Have you seen my putter?
Your putter is on the back of the golf cart.
Never mind. I don't need it. I'm not going to be on the green for quite some time. I'm urinating.
You're urinating. I see you over there. And yes, your ball is over in the sand pit over there, but you're used to the sand, aren't you? Because you do live on the beach, you scoundrel, you.
Of course I do. I summer at the beach, and I winter in hell.
You winter in hell?
That's right, I winter in hell.
You own real estate in hell?
Very cheap these days.
Really?
Very cheap.
Do you know a guy? I would love to invest in that.
Of course I do.
Because you know that is a destination spot for many people.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Jimmy Kimmel recently just bought it.
This show
awesome.
brought to you by Jimmy Kimmel Live. ABC 5 nights a week. Jimmy Kimmel Live.
It's so weird how many times they've plugged the show. I'm actually making
You probably should be making a lot of money.
Dude, it's ABC sponsoring the show, so I haven't seen a check yet, but they're good for it, aren't they?
Definitely, dude.
Okay, great. At Bill Borman, I believe on Twitter, asked what it was like to have to do comedy opening for an ISIS beheading video. I'm not sure what that means. What was it like to have to do comedy opening for an ISIS beheading video?
That's a good question. It wasn't bad, man. The pay sucked. But on Punch Drunk, we always one segment we figured out that's what that was. But we'll always Sam will do his dates, Ari will do his dates, and then I do mine last, and they're all just outlandishly stupid stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
it's always like on Christmas. It's always like the worst times and the worst dates. I'll be at the big HeckleCon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A free baseball night at Heckler's Comedy Club. Just dumb shit like that. And one of them was that I was opening up for an ISIS beheading video, which the pay sucked, but it was cool to watch somebody get their fucking whip whapped off. You know what I mean? Having their head cut off, that was pretty sweet. But he died way more than I did, if you know what I'm saying.
Wait, so this question is from a listener of Punch Drunk.
Yeah.
That is this big of a fan.
Right.
That heard you do a fake plug.
I do it every week.
At the end of the show, that wanted to know how that gig turned out.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
I appreciate how inside that is. I'm just trying to let people in who are like outside of that, because that's so freaking specific.
While you do that, I'll plug some dates in a bit here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'd love for you to plug some stuff.
So go ahead. What was the next one?
Somebody's asking at C_Killaman, are you Theo Von's real dad? He might be calling, but Theo's actually calling in.
I'm not his real dad. His real dad was set in 70 when Theo was born. Do you know that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He said his grandfather was born in like 1870 or something.
That's
like that.
crazy, dude.
That's crazy, dude.
That's crazy. Hello? Who's calling in?
Yeah, man, it's your homeboy Theo.
Theo. Thanks for calling back in, dude.
Yeah, man, just trying to get my travels arranged for this JK funeral. Going up to that JK funeral.
You're going to the Jimmy Kimmel funeral too?
Yeah, that's right.
That's very strange. It's strange how much JK talk has been going on.
He was probably like one of my biggest, most probably influencers, if you think about it.
He's an influencer too?
Yeah, to me, that's right. Because he was always on them other shows, and then he made it possible. Because when I was growing up, I just thought if you were just on a show, you couldn't ever be on a different show. You just died when that show got canceled.
Right.
And I just found out that that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes it can be the case. That's what happened.
You just found out that the characters, once they die, they don't actually die in real life?
Yeah, no, I was positive that they really did die in real life.
Oh, so any soap operas that you watched growing up, you thought that they were never going to work again?
Yeah, I would get quite emotional, basically because, I felt that, basically, these people had been a part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to, keep them, keep their memory alive. And then it turns out, I didn't even really have to do that because the memory's already alive because, they were already among the living.
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but they're still alive.
Yeah. I found that out the hard way because I ran into one of them over at Hardway Liquors. That's when I said the hard way. That's what I meant. I didn't mean it was a difficult endeavor. Just meant, I was hanging over at Hardway Liquors.
Okay.
I get my drink on, fella.
So now that I know that that Teeb is not your actual dad.
Yeah, he's definitely not, but I do use his dick pic as my dick pic.
Yeah?
Yeah, because,
you guys have similar penises?
I mean, not really, not at all. Not even in the mine looks more like a...
What's your penis look like?
Kind of like if like a green bean had a mustache.
Your penis looks like if a green bean had a mustache?
That's right, fella.
Do you have any other analogies? Because that's I'm not quite picturing it.
Okay, let me try to think if I can find out another way. Like if you took like a bubblegum wrapper and put a green bean in it, and then that green bean had a mustache.
You use the green bean analogy again. Is there? Can we get any other analogies of what it might look like?
Kind of like if like reindeer had fingers. That type of a general situation.
I'll settle for that.
Okay,
hey Theo, thanks for calling in twice this show. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. Long live Jimmy Kimmel.
All right, thanks, brother.
All right, Dark Arts Tour.
He had a lot to say, Theo.
Yeah, I'm just glad that he, is a listener to this podcast and he was willing to call in. That's
he does
cool.
use my dick pic.
He does?
Yeah, and then he sent me a.
How did that start?
Okay, yeah, that I was in a text thread with a bunch of people, a bunch of comics.
Okay.
We were in a secretive text thread. And one person who is, if he's listening, he's definitely going to call in and defend himself.
Well, it's weird that you're mentioning that. We're actually getting a call right now, and it's a little scrambled on the screen. Hello, who's this?
Listen, brother. It's Earl, baby.
Oh, it's Earl.
Yeah, this guy's gonna start talking some shit, brother.
Oh, dude.
You wish you could afford an Ashton Vardani sweater.
Dude, this is really
Brother.
awkward, but Merle Skakel is actually calling into the show right now.
Oh, that's my cousin.
Hello? Merle?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. You're turning me on with the sounds of your voice, Merle.
Hey, so are you gonna tell him, or am I gonna tell him
I'll
how
tell
the
him,
dick pic
baby.
thing started?
I'll tell him, baby. The longest ride, the longest line, brother.
You know, he always says all those stupid things.
Hey, oh yeah, so here's the deal. I threw a couple dick pics in this thread we were in, and then Thibault threw one in there too, and old Theo Von jacked it, and he's sending it to the bitches, brother.
I tried to send one of those dick pics to this girl, and she showed me a vagina shot. It looked like the Sarlacc pit from Star Wars. Oh!
Anybody want to go see Rat with me this weekend?
Round and round, brother.
I'm out, brother.
Well, yeah, so that's what
So-
happened. That's what happened.
So just to be clear, you got in a group where you guys were sending...
Yeah, dick pics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a dick pic. That's a hard gang to get into, man, to get jumped into.
It's a hard gang to get jumped into. So, and so yeah, that's how he obtained it, and then hit me. I didn't even know he was doing that, but then he started saying that on other podcasts that's what he was doing. So then people started tweeting at me, "Do you know Theo's using your dick pic?"
Whoa.
So then they got, I thought it was funny. I didn't really give a fuck, but then it turned out to be true because he hit me up. And he was like, yeah, man, I'm going to need some more snapshots. 'Cause I only got them 2, man. People starting to get suspicious.
So you had to text him
doing
new-
it?
Dude.
No, I didn't send him more. It's funny, though.
Dude,
It's hilarious.
that's so great.
What else we got?
You know the day that Burt Reynolds died?
Yes.
That like happened earlier in the year?
Yeah, yeah.
So Earl was over doing my podcast, right?
Uh-huh.
And he goes, dude, can you just real quick, can you take a picture of me? And he wanted to recreate the naked pose.
Oh, really?
So he took one of these pillows and he did that. He put the pillow over his junk and he's completely naked on the floor.
He didn't even have to be completely naked for that.
I know.
If he's hiding it behind the pillow,
I know.
He just wanted to get naked in front of you.
Well, I think I don't know how he positioned it, but he ended up tucking or whatever. But I don't know if he even ended up I don't even think we used the picture in the frame or the pillow in the frame. I think he's like, oh, it'd be funnier without it. So my wife walks in right when he's completely naked on our floor
Hilarious.
with groceries, and I'm like, and Earl's like, and I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, can you like go like outside for just like a quick second? She's like, this is my place. Earl's naked on the floor. I'm not leaving. He needs to get dressed. And Earl's like, I'm really sorry.
Sorry,
Dude, it was
baby.
the best. Like, it was
Sorry,
so funny.
baby.
It was like literally her walking in, and rather than me being with a woman, it's freaking Earl, and I'm taking nude pictures of Earl on my floor.
I know. She'd probably rather walk in and it's you with a woman.
She's like, get Earl out of here.
Right?
Let's get into this final segment.
Yes.
Sax talk.
Now, this story is, I don't know how sexy it is as much as it's sexually related. And this story is Steve Renazizi's least favorite story. I've told him this story twice, and both times he vomited when I told him.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, both times he vomited. Now, he has a weak constitution, this Renazizi character. You can talk to him about seeing a dog take a shit, and he'll start being like,
He says
Stop,
a week.
Don't do it. Don't do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. He really will. So every time he's on our show, we like to have him on and lock the door, and then start telling him horrific things and keep him locked in the room. Because he tries to run. He'll leave the room and run.
He's so terrified of the
to
story.
not hear anything like that because he knows we're trying to make him throw up. Oh, and he threw up when we were in Arizona too.
Oh my goodness.
So that was also on our rap.
How do
sheet.
you like this little curved soprano sax,
I
huh?
love it. We were looking at that's beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Shout out to Rich Young and David Knowles.
What's the thing
over
like that
at
go
Menchey
for
Music?
like $1,000?
This is like a $800 sax right here.
Wow, it's beautiful.
It's cool, right? The keys
See
and
how
everything.
heavy it is.
It's really light. Here, Pick it up like that. It's super light.
Oh yeah, it's really light.
Like, so this is the only sax I can play without having to wear a neck strap because like everything else, like my thumb isn't strong enough. But for this, like,
oh really?
Yeah, like this
Sweet.
is like anyway. So let's get into Teeb's story that Steve Ranazisi hates.
Let's see if this works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, you done did it now, girl.
Okay, let's freaking do it. He's gonna get real sexy up in here. I will, Teeb. I will follow you along whenever you are ready, my friend.
Yeah, the story starts right around the mid of the 90s when pornography was what pornography was supposed to be. Horrific. Real horrific. Now this girl, let's say her name is Ashley Blue, because that was her name, was a porn star that was on a podcast called The Naughty Show with me and SamTripoli. Yeah, that was back in the day when we used to do that shit. I asked this beautiful young lady, what's the most disgusting thing you've been asked to do in pornography? And her reply is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. She said she was paid to be in a bukkake video. Now, if you ain't familiar with bukkake, that's when a bunch of motherfuckers all beat off on a girl's face. I said, how many's a bunch? And she said, more than 20. That's a lot of cum. Because it was such a nice day, they thought they would do this outside in the woods. So they get out up in the woods. All these people start beating off all over this fine young lady. They start beating off on this fine young lady's face. And because nobody wants to be wasting no cum, they put his Pyrex jar right underneath her face, collecting up all these men's seeds. Then they took all this cum that was in this Pyrex jug, poured it on a hot skillet in the woods. And now all the woods apparently smell like bleach. Just give them a salt and pepper, a knife and a fork, and that chick ate all that fried up cum. That story is brought to you by Jimmy Kimmel, live nightly, 5 days a week on ABC.
That's basically the story he hated.
Dude. Okay, let me get this straight
Yeah,
to recap
yeah.
because this is such a gnarly, disgusting story.
Yeah, it's hard to get through.
Just to recap.
Yeah.
So this is, how do you know this person?
She's a porn star, and Tripoli and I were interviewing her on a podcast like way long time ago, before Punch Drunk.
So,
and I said to her randomly, because she's known as being one of those like crazy ones that's like real crazy.
Yeah.
Like she's like all kinds of, she'll do anything. I guess she's famous for that. So I go, what's the fucking like craziest, like most disgusting thing that you can think of that you've done?
Yeah.
And that was her answer.
That's wild because, so bullet points, bukkake in the woods.
Yep.
Collected all of the,
As much cum as they could collect.
put in a
like
frying
20
pan, put pepper and stuff on it.
And on a skillet, like outside, like fried it like it was fucking like scrambled eggs. And there was a lot too. And she ate it all with a fork and a knife. That was just terrible. How much money would you, and you have to eat it too?
No, bro.
$200 million.
I mean,
$40.
dude, just the gap in, like just the. The worst negotiator ever. All right. What do you say? I give you
that's
$200 million. All right, I don't have that. What about $40?
$5.
$5. Teeb, thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is fun. I'd love to do this anytime. I'm not being rude. I was actually trying to find these dates. Plug whatever you're going to plug while I try to find.
Follow the show. Follow me on social media if you're not already at Jeremiah Stand Up. Check out the Reagan and Watkins album that is coming out on June 7th on all platforms. And we're about to do a crazy Kill Tony tour. And look out for different videos that I'm posting online, different stand-up and different comedy highlight moments. And come to Stand Up on the Spot. Next show is May 28th. Going to be a good one.
That's always fun. I did it in Skankfest, too.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a fun one. Wasn't there like a weird heckler? There was something weird in that room.
Well, there was just a weird energy, like for that kind of show, because the suggestions were so dark at Skankfest.
Well, yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, really. I mean, it's all like suicide and shit.
Yeah.
But let's see. I will be in Chicago in July. I will be in Michigan in July. I'll be in Indiana in July. I'll be in Skankfest in Brooklyn in the end of June.
Heck yeah.
Are you back at that?
Yeah, I'll be back at that.
What shows are you doing there?
We'll do Kill Tony and we'll do the Jam, and then I'll do hopefully a little bit of stand up, and then we're doing Reagan and Watkins out there this year.
That's cool.
Excited. Yeah, we're super, because that'll be after our album comes out, so we'll be very excited to do that.
Here's some other dates I got. I'm going to be at Moose Knuckles on Christmas morning for their big Feed the Homeless and then Kick 'em Out the Door breakfast. Guess which side of the counter I'll be on. Hope it's delicious. Then I'm playing dubstep on a tuba every 6th Monday of each month over adjacent to the Hollywood Bowl. Pretty prestigious. Let's see. And I'm judging the big Face Punch at the Why Didn't You Go Fuck Yourself Festival in Jersey last July. So don't sign up. It's already over. And as always, watch Punch Drunk Sports every Tuesday on All Things Comedy YouTube page. Punch Drunk Sports YouTube page. Sign, subscribe, rate, review. And then lastly, I got my other podcast I'm doing called 92.7 The Pod is coming back. It's a fake morning radio show about a fake city. So come get some, fuckers.
Thanks for doing the show, Teeb. Love you, brother.
Love you guys.
We out.